Ladies and gentlemen, now today I wanted to share a few really cool fights from my free-to-play account in Alliance War, because I'm playing Alliance War, man, on Whale Milker 27, but I very rarely post videos, because usually in the past I've been on backup for a lot of it, but now, you know, in the last month or so, I decided I wanted to get a bit more confident in Alliance War and start taking some of the more difficult nodes and bosses on the free-to-play account, where, you know, there's a lot less pressure than playing in the master bracket, and I've been having so much fun. And you know, we took Sentinel up to rank 5 like a couple of weeks ago, and I've been using him to try and attempt to solo final bosses, and today we got a fairly good one on this Domino who has just over 300,000 health. This is a 6-star rank 2 Domino, so it's probably one of the beefiest Dominos that you're ever going to see as a final boss in War, and we aren't using any boost aside from the Power Start one, which is, you know, a nice little bonus, but I had one expiring there. Unfortunately at the start we did get a little bit clipped, so what I'm trying to do here is bait a couple of special ones, just so I can get up to 100 analysis here, and then for a special 3 to get the distance, and then I can kind of control the fight from then on out. So we throw the special 3 off, and you can see here, man, we haven't made much of a dent in Domino so far, but Sentinel, he is all about getting to 100 analysis, and then spamming the crap out of that special 2, but also now that we've got the special 3 armor buff, we have the additional fallback of if we use another special 3, we can heal a fair amount from it. You know, anywhere between, I would assume, about 7,000 to 10,000 hit points, depending on how low our health is. So you can get a really chunky heal there, if you're a little bit strapped for time. But yeah, we did slip up a fair bit, so I'm slightly conscious of health if we do get kind of bad critical failure RNG here. And this is maybe one of the perks of fighting a 6-star rank 2, is the signature is not as high as a fully maxed out 5-star there. So it's a little bit less damage to worry about, but still, you know, it does chip away a fair bit. So trying to dodge out the special 2 here, and really the secret to fighting Domino is doing kind of those those medium counter attacks when she's dashing at you. So she comes at you, you dash back, you quickly dash back into her, and you need to be very quick on those, and as long as you can kind of smash those out, you're having a very good time against Domino. But also one of the things that I'm trying to be a little bit wary about is the evade there. We had a very sharp reaction to dodging that, and then getting straight on the special 1 full evade there, which is a really good time. I'm trying to play it safe here and not throw off the special 2 while she's got lucky, and there we go, we dodge that medium attack, go back in, fire off those rockets, and we're having a great time, lads. You can see in the last minute or so we've burned down kind of a good 50-60% of her health, so once you do get to 100 analysis, you know, the damage really does kick in for Sentinel, and this is without any attack boost, without any health boost, so he's doing very well on his own, but I thought I might as well use the power boost to kind of get us a little bit into this fight. But there we go, Domino is almost down here. I was thinking of throwing the special 1 after, but I wanted to be safe because she has Lucky active. Fortunately, though, she didn't evade that last medium, and we get her down with 18 seconds to spare. So yeah, a really smooth kill. Once we kind of got into that, again, we did take a lot of damage at the start from those direct hits, but 122 hits total. So yeah, a fairly decent kill. However, one of the things that I did like over a week ago was I used to be in BG1 in my alliance, and I'd always take the middle path, but what I'd run with is the 4 Medusa Trinity. So bring in my 5-star Medusa, along with Karnak and Black Bolt, and take node 29, which is notoriously one of the absolute worst nodes here, unboosted, so we don't use anything special. I think maybe on the Korg kill on this node we might use a regeneration boost, but there's no like 30% boost or, you know, 20% one or attack or health boost there. Everything on the free-to-play account is heavily budgeted because I got to save that stuff for actual progression. So yeah, there's a good amount of pressure, but I don't really feel it like as much on the free-to-play account because usually we have a backup as well. But this Killmonger fight, you can do this if it's a Killmonger rank 4 with a fully maxed out Medusa, even if this was a rank 5 champion. If we're talking about like top bracket Killmonger, like Medusa's certainly not the absolute best option, but with this full Trinity, it really does beef up her attack, because, you know, once you got those 6 Furies, mate, you're hitting like an absolute truck, so it allows you to make a very good dent in Killmonger, and very often get the one-shot, man. I was a very common rank 4 Killmonger killer in BG1 for several amount of weeks, but now that I've got the rank 5 Sentinel, I'm kind of taking Path 9, which is the one to the far right-hand side, so that I can deal with the bleed spike node as well, because I can just absolutely tear through that. But this Killmonger is still a bit of a pain in the ass. Medusa has the massive advantage of being able to armor break here, which can avoid all the reverberation damage, which is a really, really nice time. However, the armor break does also trigger masochism, which can sometimes, you know, be a little bit of a pain in the ass. But one of the golden rules when fighting this Killmonger with Medusa is you do not want to armor shatter, because that will activate cornered on the node, and then he's going to have like insane power gain, which means you can't really attack into him. So you just want to use the armor breaks on this fight and not the armor shatter. And the special twos, especially at the right time when you've got a lot of stacks of fury, do hit very, very hard as well. We're also at that point in the fight because of the aspect of evolution node where you pretty much can't land a critical hit, and he's got so much power gain. So yeah, he starts becoming a massive pain in the ass to put a dent in, but once we have those 6 furies, man, we are out damaging the masochism regen, putting a fairly decent dent in. However, I go balls to the walls here, we get a special 2 and he goes down. So not a bad kill, man. There was still, you know, 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. Again, this is without any boost, so if you're playing in a higher tier, you can use boost and have an even easier time, and especially if it's against a rank 5, you probably want to use those attack and health boosts, but they are too valuable to use in Alliance War on my free-to-play account, so yeah, they weren't getting used. However, we have another fight now on this wonderful Node 29 Masochism Cornered Power 1 star. It's just, it's so much fun, and Korg is a bit of a pain in the ass on this one, especially when he's awakened, but luckily this is a 6-star unawakened one, a rank 1, so it's kind of the equivalent or slightly higher than a 5-star rank 4. So, you know, it's not the most beefy Korg in the world, but still a bit of an interesting fight here. And I will say, while Medusa's like quite a good matchup for Killmonger, she's not a very good matchup for Korg, because she allows him, mainly when awakened, to get rock stacks, you know, have a chance to shrug off the armor break debuffs and gain rock stacks, which can be a massive pain in the ass there. But here we're trying to bait out the heavy attacks so that we can go in and beat the absolute crap out of this lad. And also because Korg is immune to bleed, I don't have to worry about the interaction with the cornered node here, so I'm firing off chain special ones just so we can get armor shatter and not worry about healing him, you know, with the armor breaks for a little period of time. So that's going to overall help increase our damage output, and if we can get to a nice special 2, that's going to be a good time as well. I think there is a point in this fight where I do fail to a special 1, because the special 1 on Korg, you know, it does take a little bit of practice, and I always look for that foot stomp in terms of timing to avoid it, but sometimes, man, you just cock up a little bit and get a little bit ruined there. But I fire off a special 2 at this point, and that was, I think, mainly to get rid of rock shield there, because this Korg is unawakened, we don't need to worry about the damage back, and the special 2 has a lot of hits to remove it. So yeah, that actually worked really, really well for getting rid of that. Tried to armor shatter again, but unfortunately we didn't get it there, and I think this is maybe the special one where we mess up. Oh no, we're doing alright so far, man. He's on 24% though. The masochism brings him up a little bit more. That's where we got a little bit ruined by that special attack, but we're full focus now. You can see we have been chipped down a fair bit in this fight, mainly to me messing up a little bit and taking a few too many blocked hits here. So definitely a better player than me can handle this matchup a little bit more efficiently. But again, when it comes to Korgs on this node, Omega Red is definitely the better option in comparison to Medusa, at least from what I've seen in top tier Alliance War. I imagine as well a really stacked Havoc would work fairly nicely for Korgs on this node. But yeah, Medusa, if it's an unawakened Korg, can get the job done with that full synergy, so not a bad kill there at all for a free-to-play whale milker. However, I wanted to end this video just by showing you like a few average fights that we've got on the right-hand side. This is actually from the War Today, and the War Today is where we got the Domino final boss one-shot as well. So Medusa, I actually just love playing Medusa in Alliance War. She just, you know, gets in there, she gets the damage done very, very quickly and can deal with the majority of matchups in the game. You know, she has something in terms of like massive damage or the armor break that can be very, very useful in certain matchups and scenarios, and also poison immunity, which is great value. But you can see here, very straightforward matchup, man, just absolutely ruined that Red Hulk. But we're coming up to the Spike node as well, which is always a little bit of a fun time. And next up, we've got the Mystery very science node here, so it's a 6-star champion. I'm probably like, it's not going to be too much to deal with, and it's a 6-star Miles Morales here. So the way that I fight evade champions is always doing those kind of parry and 3-hit combos. They tend to work really, really well for a lot of these matchups. The parries are on point, and Spider-Man Miles Morales is getting absolutely battered. I go for a bit of a cheeky special one there. I could have got absolutely ruined, but I'm very, very fortunate that we didn't there. But I'm not committing to that final medium just so that I didn't get wrecked. I had to throw a parry just to be safe on that final medium there. But there we go, 16 hits, not a problem at all, man. Medusa absolutely tore through that. And finally, I've got a mystery mutant, and this is where I like to bring in my my second Sentinel, the 6-star unawakened one. And I must say, when it comes to Sentinel, he doesn't need to be awakened, but I find playing an awakened Sentinel is like, you know, 10 times better than an unawakened one, just because it's so much easier, especially in mutant matchups, to get to 100 analysis, because you just need to like bait out a couple of special attacks and you're pretty much there. So yeah, kind of at this point, after we bait out like the next special attack, we would be pretty much at 100 analysis if we did have his awakened ability, and our damage would just be, you know, so much greater than it is. But for this fight, again, I wanted to save my 5-star one for the final Domino boss, so this one is going to be sufficient. We're just kind of evading the special ones here on Iceman, because we got Spite and also Power Flood. I'm being very, very careful to leave myself open as much as I possibly can, and against Iceman, because he's Incinerate immune, our special 2 isn't going to deal a huge amount of damage, because all the damage really comes from the Incinerate, and Iceman, as a champion, is immune to Incinerate, so that does create, you know, a little bit of a problem there. It's just kind of firing off the special ones for a little bit more damage. We could have gone for the special 3 for a bit of safety. The special ones are absolutely fine here, and we get Iceman down, 65 hits, so not too bad. Smash that like button if you enjoyed today's free-to-play Alliance War gameplay. Aside from that, thank you for watching, take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.